Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. These are mods for Monday the 8th of August. We do have some updates. The Yunkari J16 J18 pack by FarmRE99. The modular BGP by Kastor d-s-agrarservice has had an update now. I'm going to say this, I'm not going to be re-reviewing it. It was a minefield the first time. The changelog is huge. So much has been changed. A load of things have been added. Honestly, I'm struggling to get my head around reading it all, let alone go in and have a look. But what it also says, just to be aware, where is it? It says, attention, the modular BGP must be placed with this update new. Before the update, the old BGP must be removed. So you've got to get rid of the old one before you update to the new one. And that says in brackets, save game. Now I'm assuming that means the mod before the update. The old BGP must, unless it means in your game, you've got to remove the BGP you've got before putting the new one in, before updating it, potentially. Yeah, it's an absolute minefield. So have a look at the changelog, see what you think. Sometimes you get to a point with certain mods and mod packs, I think personally, it's my own personal opinion, for the casual gamer, the casual player, they get too complicated. For your hardcore, die-hard, they want everything exactly how it either is in the real world or realistically. Then yeah, if you want to spend days and days and days just working out that one particular mod, that's fantastic. The other thing with it as well, they've adjusted all of the rates as well. Payments. Where are we? It says input-output products are revised, work cycle adjusted, profit reduced, no more money printing machine. If they've tweaked it down to the point where, again, where it becomes more realistic, where you're having to put tons and tons and tons and tons of hours in to get very little out, you're running that risk then of people going, oh, I'm not going to use it. That's just my own opinion. You have to find that middle ground. But if they're going for this is absolute ultra realism, then yeah, it's absolutely got its place. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. And then the farmhouse loader by Farmer 5 Tom has had an update too. That's had the collision on the hayloft fixed. I remember going up the ramp and you couldn't get into it. Boards on the hayloft have been scaled correctly, and then the ground texture has been changed to do with certain maps. It wasn't, when you put it down, it wasn't showing the correct sort of textures. So those have all been done. So in front of me, we've got the Magsi tool pack. I want to say we have a representation of. A couple of the mods today will be representations of, because there are quite a lot. The Magsi tool pack is by NicoPix, is 10.87 megabytes download. We've got some under front loader tools. So you've either got a front loader vehicle or a tractor with a front loader. They'll work with that. We've got some weights around the back of there. And we've got a leveler. And we've got a bunker actually in the next mod, so I can probably just have a quick go with them. But anyway, if we go into here and we go to our weights first and scroll to the very end. So we've got this one here, the Magsi Toolpack CL800. And then we've got the AD400, the AD600. Now those two aren't weights in their own right. They are weights to be included with this. So if you look at over to the right there, I've never shown this really before, but those two there, if you look down to the bottom, it says combinations. If you click on R3, it tells you what it will work with. So you have to get that first, and we can change the main colour on that. 800 kilo, and then you can add 400 kilos or add 600 kilos to that original weight. Those you can change the colour of as well. So that's what I've got on the back. We'll have a look at that in just a second. We go to front loader tools and scroll across. We have got the shovels material. Most of these are ones and twos slot counts. There's nothing above 2 slots on this pack entirely. So that one is a 1,393 litre bucket. We can change the main colour. I think we can do the main colour on most of them. We've got a 980 litre bucket. We've got an 840 litre bucket. We've got a 1,350 litre grapple agri shark. That's got spikes on it. You have without border, with border, just to make it more like a bucket than just an open grapple. Main colour, and then design colour does the side portions. We've then got the grapple oxy couples, so rather than the spikes, you've got a more solid front, more sturdy. Again, we have borders on the side as well, make it more like a bucket. These take pretty much everything, as you see down the bottom. We've got the rake silage, which is the one I've grabbed. Change the main colour, that's just for raking. Manure fork, 870 litres. We've got a 1,725 litre sugar beet and potato bucket. Again, we can change the main colour. We've got the fork multi-grab, 1,100 litre. You can probably use that for picking up logs. And so I used to use the manure grabs all the time for picking up logs. We've got quite a few nice ones on FS22. Then we've got the grapple multi-grab, 1,000 litre. Again, borders on the sides, change colour, change the side of the borders as well. So that's all on the front loaded tools and the weights. And then if we go across to levelers, on the end there we've got the Magsi leveler, 3.5 meters wide. Options on this, we can change the main colour, like so. So once attached to your front loader, it's got quite a long reach on it. And actually, you know what, let's go. We'll get onto the bunker in just a moment. Drop that down. I want you to push as well as pull. There you go. So we can pull. So when you want to level out, it gets to the level you want it at. Pull it backwards, and you get the. See the flat bit there? There you go. It's a rake leveler type doodad piece of equipment. So that's that one. We'll jump onto that. Look at the leveler. I was just looking at the ones really that have got more movement and stuff. So this one we can raise and lower automatically. L1 and circle on PlayStation controller. We can do it manually. L1 and right stick up and down. Side to side we can do our tip. Then L1, R1, and we can adjust the sides, bring them right back out the way. So if you're going right along a wall, or you just want them smaller, and then we can do the other one that side as well. As far as the weights go, we can raise and lower the whole lot. If I go to that one and disconnect it, you'll see we've got the main weight, and then the other ones connect to them to make it an additional. Very cool. So let's drop that down automatically. Push that back up again. Oh, did I already have it down? Oh, that would be why. That's better. There we go. As you can see, doing what it should be doing. So that's the Magsi tool pack by NicoPix, which brings me on to the next mod, which we're just in, and that's the Concrete Bunker Silo Set U. This is by Kastor d-s-agrarservice. It's 13.43 megabytes download. These are 3 slots each, and I say that because there are a lot of them, and this is representative of. I do like the ladders, the attachments, or the stanchion supports on the side. We've got the raised section in the middle as well for checking on whatever you want to do with it, either side. There's a little bit of bleeding at the back. Now, I didn't see it at the sides. I did want to just double check. I don't always check the silage clamps, but I thought I had. Concrete looks like concrete. It looks like it's been poured into moulds is the wrong word. You know what I mean. But the back, I've got a little bit of bleeding through. Not the end of the world, but there is a bit there, just saying, So, these you'll find under build mode and silos. And we go to there, you'll see we've got quite a lot. So we've got a 20 by 40 drive-through, 25 by 40 double drive-through. We've got what they call a wedge silo, but closed in at one end, 14 by 40, 14 by 40 with catwalk, and then we go through. So 18 by 40, 18 by 40 with catwalk, double 27 by 40, double 35 by 40. We've got a 20 by 40 drive-through, double 25 by 40, 14 by 40 closed end, 14 by 40 with catwalk, and it goes. No, there are loads, but most expensive is 95 grand, I think it is, which to be fair, for the 95 grand one, which is that one, 18 by 40 double, no, single. But there can be, so just a quick look, shall we? That's catwalks all the way around. And they're all pretty much a similar size. I mean, like length and stuff wise. There are smaller ones and larger ones, obviously. But it's a nice set. Well made. There's loads to choose from. As far as capacities go, but they don't always actually say when modders put the silage clamps out. Some do, but some don't. That little bit of that is 250,000 litres. So kind of extrapolate forward, that's going to be, I would say, 3 million litres, maybe 2. So that's going to be a 4, potentially a 6 million litre. I mean, that is an absolute guesstimate. But there you go. That's the concrete bunker set U by Kastor d-s-agrarservice. Next, we're going to move on to these. The Agroliner PWO pack by AxeDiamend. 9.56 megabytes download. These are 6 slots each. There are 2, the PWO24 and the PWO18. I've got the 24 and then 2 18s, and I went for these because these are the 3 different options that actually move, and I wanted to sort of show how they move and the difference between them. But if we go into our tools and bale loaders, out to there, so the PWO24, 21,500, slot count comes down to 1, and the PWO18, 16,500. So just a difference in length, just size, capacity. So we've got design 1, like that, design 2, like that, design 3, like that. Then 4 is open-ended, so that's just a more standard bale trailer, I guess. And then design 5, completely open. So you could use that for, well, you know, both of those. You could use for pallets, bales, anything you want to put on there. Big bags, USBs, not a USB. You could put a load of USBs there, IBCs. Then we've got the option of Trelleborg with a standard or a wide, and then we've got Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, all of those, just those. There's no other tyre choices within those, just those. Then we've got main colour, anything on that pallet, like so. And then exactly the same with the PW18. Tyre choice is the same, design options are the same. Main colour option, the only difference with this one is we've got this here. So you've got side impact protection, you can have that on or off. We didn't have that. That one's already fixed in place, you can't take that on or off. So those are the options between them. So what we'll do, start this up. As you can see, this one has got straps. An L1X unfolds trailer. Nice and tidy, straps on and off, good to go. The next 2 don't have straps because they've got, well, I guess because they've got side rails. I mean, the other one technically has got side rails. So L1 and X on this one. I do like the animation on this. Going all the way down, load your trailer up. So like I say, R1, L1, R1, there's nothing there for straps at all. So put your bales on, round or square. Now I will say is I haven't tried it, I haven't put a load on there. I have often found with trailers like this where the sides close up around the bales when you haven't got straps, the bales can jostle. Round bales especially, but square bales too. Once the sides come up you get a little bit of movement and the bales can jostle around. Now I'm not saying it will do or it has, but just be aware that it might do. And this one, L1 and X, unfolds one side then the other. Again, no straps on this one, but the 2 flatbed ones do have straps as well. So yeah, I mean, they're nice mods, nice models. I like the animations on them. Should have put that back up again once I was done. Nice smooth animations. I mean, everything working nice and tidy. Very cool. The Agroliner PWO pack by AxeDiamend. Next, we have this, and again, representative. This is the Pertinger FARROW pack by AgrarDesignAustria, 25.56 megabytes download. There are 12 slots each. We have got the 3510D, the 4010D, and the 4510D. The 4010D we've already got in the base game pack, so this kind of gives you one either side of that, a smaller and a larger. I've gone for the 4510, which is the larger. There are 23,000 litres, 26,000 litres and 29,000 litres. So this is the 29. If we go to our forage wagons, so let's say the FARROW 4010D is standard in game. We go to the end, that one's the one in the middle. Slot count's the same, price is the same, but we've got the one below and the one above. The options on them are all exactly the same, just capacities, that's all. That one requires 115 horsepower, that one 130, that one 145. We'll have a look on this one. So we've got the option of Trelleborg. There's no tyre options within these, so we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back to Trelleborg. You've got the option of a silage additive tank, yes or no. So if you're collecting your grass off the ground, and you get a 5% boost if you have silage additive, if you're going to be using it for silage. Well, it doesn't actually matter really. Yeah, if you're not, that doesn't. You can get a 5% increase, then just feed your cows it, I suppose, or your animals if you want to do your sheep. But anyway, I haven't actually tried that. So if you put that on, yeah, pay for your silage additive and you get a 5% increase in yield as you put it in. So, a bit close there. Nicely detailed. Start it up. So we lower out pickup. We'll turn it on. And we pick up. Now this will do forage. This will pick up grass, straw, hay, whatever you want to put in it. It will pick it up. So whatever within those realms. It is a forage trailer after all. And then when you get to where you're going, turn it off, lift it up, unfold, or unload, should I say. Struggling my words today. Nice animation on the unload. There we go. That's the Pöttinger FARROW pack by AgrarDesignAustria. Next, we've got this, the Nosh, the Nosh CROSSMAX 600 by VertexDezign. This is 19.14 megabytes download, 9 slots on console, 6 meters wide. Another incredibly detailed mod from VertexDezign. I always say this when you look at the bolt heads. Even like a little bit, it looks like a little bit of wear around the edges of the bolt heads. It's brilliant. I love it when, again, I say it all the time. It's very easy to overlook things that and I'm guilty of it myself. Of things you think, oh, we got another one of those. But when you actually come up close and have a look at them, the level of detail and the time taken on the modding of it is astounding. So you'll find it under, no, it's not. It's under disc arrows, not cultivators. Under disc arrows. On the end, 37,500, 180 horsepower required, and the slot count will come down to 1. We've got design 1. Actually, I do like design 2, design 1. I do like that low profile sort of hazard warning strip. That always seems to me a bit kind of officious, you know, the European, like we have the big boxy kind of warning. That's a little bit more, you know, more of an, you know, suggesting a warning. Look, it's here, be careful. Whereas that's like, whoa, you know, it's probably just me. I'm just having one of those days. No colour options. Jump in. It is quite heavy. I probably should have put a front weight on this. As I was driving out, I was getting a little bit of bounce. It does fold up. It comes as it is, but then you can fold it for transportation, like so. Raise and lower it. It is a shallow cultivator. It's when we drop it and start moving forward, you'll find you'll get a texture like we've got to the left. So you shouldn't pull up any stones. Six meters wide. Very nice indeed. That's the Nosh CROSSMAX 600 by VertexDezign. Moving on from there, we've got this. Now I realised as I brought this out, because I wanted a MrSealyp green, it started off in its life in red. It looks like a Christmas one. It looks like the lorry that pulls the Father Christmas trailer. You know, the holidays are coming, the Coca-Cola advert. Well, I say Coca-Cola, I'm not advertising them, I'm just saying. This is the Lizard T2000 by Hispano. It's 23.38 megabytes download, 22 slots on console. I'm going to tell you now the options on this are insane. I mean, absolutely bonkers the amount of stuff on this. I will get through it as quickly as I can, but there are quite a lot of options. Now, I may miss one or two, or some, or, you know, because some of the options are contingent on other options. Now, the only problem I find when this happens is the options, bear with me, the options that are contingent, I personally think should be higher up the list of options. So that when you change them and you work your way down, because what I'm finding is I'm going down, I'm changing options and nothing's happening until you get further down and you change something further down, then those options make more sense. Personally, I think it should be the other way around, but again, that's just, it's a minor thing. It's just a little niggly, you know, just nitpicking. But I mean, it looks fast standing still, doesn't it? Sleek design. Now, I'm going to say it, I'm going to be wrong. Is that based on a Peterbilt or is it a Kenworth? Or it's very nice. Anyway, regardless of. Under vehicles, under trucks. The T2000, 153 grand. It goes up to 1,000 horsepower. So we start off with tyre choices. We've only got two. We've got Continental or knock-in. Nothing within those. Road tyres or slightly more kind of knobbly off-roads if you want to go with those. Then we've got chassis design. Now this is on the back. We've got partial coating or full coating. Now some of the options will depend on whether you've gone for a partial coating or a full coating. So I'm going to go for the full, and it'll make more sense later. We've got exhaust standard, curved widths, curved with protectors, straight widths with protectors, standard and sides. That's puts side steps down there, and side exhausts on as well. See the side exhaust down the bottom? So where it says sides, that's down the bottom. Curve with sides, curve with, so you've got to go for a whole load. Sides and protectors, straight with sides, sides protectors, and you know, we're back to standard. So there's a whole load to choose from there. Mud guards, we've got standard, individual rubber, rubber with skirts, reflective, reflective with skirts, one piece with skirts, reflective with skirts, individual metal with skirts. We've got metal one piece with skirts, individual plastic. I quite like the look of that. Plastic one piece, back to no. So quite a few different options on mud guards there with reflectors and things like that. I'm going to switch to that there. Reflective skirts, that's on the back. So if you've got the option here, like I said, that one up further up, where was it? Chassis design, full coating. On here, if I take that off, oh, okay, if you've got the extensions on the skirt. So again, some of these, yeah, are dependent on other things being there. So anyway, let's go down to reflective skirts. Outline, stripes, stripes and outline for your reflectors there. Tinted windows, 0%, 33%, 66%, full 100. Rear windows, we can have superiors, lower, both. Then we've got beacon lights. Now, beacon lights won't show now until I go for another option. This is what I'm saying. So we'll change that in just a moment. Additional spotlights, I think that's the same. Won't show yet. Nope. Grille on the front. We have rhombuses or circles. Then we've got front accessories. Front bar, that's down the bottom. Chin bar. Plate bar, both. Side accessories, side bars. Now, I couldn't find what that was showing. So that's, oh no, by the door. Sorry, the side bars are handles to get in by the doors. That's what they were. So side bars, railing, side bars. Yeah, the side bar I can't find. Unless that's if I take the exhaust off. Like I say, there's so many options. Accessories, ceiling, it's up the top there. So full bar, visor bar, no. If I go for the full bar, then we go back up to these up here. Beacon lights, now you get the beacon light option. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I didn't realise that at the time. I wish I'd gone for a different beacon, but it doesn't matter. They're quite cool. And then additional spotlights. So you need the bar on before you can do the spotlights. So spotlights, yes or no. Okay, now, front chrome. Spotlights, plate. Top, spotlights and plate. Spotlights and top, plate and top. All. I went for all, just assume all. Side chrome. Mirrors, steps, Sides, mirrors and steps, mirrors and sides, steps and sides, or all. Again, I went for all just to show them all. Now these where they say strobes, they're not strobes, they're chicken lights. I thought, oh, we'll have this going properly like a Christmas tree. Front strobes puts them down on that chin bar, adds a load of chicken lights on down the bottom. So again, we can go for no, front bar, plate, front bar and plate, or no. Then engine setup, 430 horsepower, 600 horsepower, or 1000 horsepower. Side strobes, again, chicken lights, no. We've got mirrors, steps, sides, mirrors and steps, mirrors and sides, steps and sides, all. Ceiling strobe, puts them up on the top bar, frontals, sides, superiors, frontals and sides, frontals and superiors, sides and superiors, all. Rear strobes. The sides too, superiors, sides. Yeah, we'll go through. I'm going to go for all. We'll put them all on. So again, if you've got those side protection things on, if you don't have those sides won't show. So where it says sides 1 and sides 2, those metal protectors either side the exhaust, if you haven't got those on, it doesn't show them. Sides 1, 2, so we'll go for all on that. Chassis coating colour, silver. Now, I'm not going to read all these out. There are loads, tons of different colours, and then we go into mattes and all sorts of various different manufacturer colours. If you've got the full plate, where are we? I knew this was going to take ages. Was this made by 82 Studio? It's one of those. Right, so let's go back down to there. Where did we get to? There we go. So as you can see, if you go for the whole thing, you can see them a little bit better. So you've got all these different colours. Then we go into flat colours. Then we go into mattes. We'll get there in a minute. There we go. Then all the matte colours. Then we get back to standard at some point. Maybe. Come on. There we go. The nose colour. We can have chrome or the same colour as the vehicle, whatever you've gone for. Those two options. Colour accessories. Again, so anything that was silver, again, we can go for all the same options that we just had on the chassis coating colour. We can go through all of them. And we'll get into the standards, the mattes. Let's just go with that because it stands out. But like I say, those will all change. Strobes and pilots. So this is all the surroundings for all the strobe lights and pilot lights and chicken lights. Again, we can scroll through and we can have tons of different options. Trying to find a colour that stands out against that. Kind of, there you go. You can see the blue around those housings and down the bottoms. Main colour. So we've got all these on the standard on the main colour, so we can change the main colour of the vehicle. We'll come down to the bottom and then we've got all these different chromed versions, which is quite extreme. But if you want a chromed truck, you can actually go for a chromed. Let's go for that. Chassis colour. Again, change that. Just changes the chassis around the back, depending on what options you got on there. You'll see that clearer or less clear. Rubber fender options. Let's go for. Doesn't matter. Let's go for blue on that. So we've gone for the rubber fenders. Metal fenders. If you went for the metal option, you can change the metal colour to again anything on that palette. Reflective mud guards. So this is the reflectors. If you went for the reflectors, you can choose either red, yellow, or orange on the reflectors and the mud guards. Engine grille colour, we'll get there in a minute. Engine grille colour. Anything on that palette. Like so. Rim colour. Anything on that palette. And then license plate option. We got there. So, start it up. Now like I say, all the things say strobes, when I turn the lights on, they're all the chicken lights. So like I said, don't panic. I thought, oh, it's going to be brilliant, they're all going to flash. No. The beacons flash. We go main beam, puts those spotlights on if you went for the additional spotlights. This goes at 96 miles an hour. So it's no slouch over the ground. It's actually a very nice looking boat. So the beacon's off, all the lights off. Inside, nicely detailed. What we have also got, under L1 and right stick side to side, I've already adjusted them, but We can adjust our mirrors so you can get your mirror position absolutely spot on where you want it. So a quick glance, you can see where you're going. Same with the other side, R1 and right stick. So I'll bring it right way down to the side. Pretty much spot on. So we've got mirror adjustment as well. Enough options for you? Happy with that? That's the Lizard. T2000 by Hispano. Hispano. Very cool. Which brings me on to the last of the mods. Oh no, not yet. Sorry, the case. I forgot about the case. We've got the case Puma 145CVX Tier 3 by STv-Modding. 23.57 megabytes download, 13 slots on console. Don't panic, there aren't as many options on this one. Another nicely detailed and designed Puma. What I always find fascinating with these in the real world is in game they're a kind of medium-sized tractor. In real life they're huge, and when you get to some of the bigger tractors, they're absolutely gargantuan. It's always kind of deceptive. You think, oh, it's only a small tractor. No. The Puma 145 CVX on the end there. Slot count will come down to 1. We've got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, Mitas, BKT, VertexDezign, back again. I'm not going to read them all out, but under Trelleborg, Michelin, Mitas, BKT, VertexDezign, back again. Engine setup, we've got 188 horsepower or 203 horsepower. Those are the two options. Hang on, main colour. We've got a special, which gives you a sort of more faded red, I guess. It says special, but yes, it's not that shiny chrome one we often get. And then there is a black and a grey, if you want to go for one of those. Rim colour, grey, silver, or special. I think I went for the silver. I quite like the darker, but there's a sort of lighter silver if you want to go for that. And then license plate option on there too. So, like I said, not too many options, which is quite nice. L1, I mean, I like having options, but yeah, like I say, it's just more for the mod review. I like having tons of options. It's just showing them all gets a little bit complicated. L1 and right stick up and down does the left door. Side to side does the rear window. R1 and right stick side to side does the skylight, sunroof, horn, lighting. Nice tractor, nice detail, nice mod. Interior, nice and tidy. Mirrors all doing their thing. I was talking to Bear and Papa yesterday, and we were talking about since the last game update, I've experienced a couple of game crashes while I've been playing on Western Wilds, and he said he's had quite a few. I just wondered if anyone else out there's having the same problem since the last update. Is anyone getting more game crashes again for any particular reason? I thought I'd kind of eradicated any problems like that, but I seem to have had a couple recently. Could be a mod, could be multiple mods, could be all sorts of stuff, but anyway. So that's the, just thought I'd mention it. I was thinking of the mirrors and the fact they used to be all kind of pixelated. That's the case Puma 145 CVX Tier 3 by STv-Modding, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. SiiD knocks it out the park again. The John Deere 5060 STS, there's no X in there, STS series by SiiD. This is 30.15 megabytes download. The mod is 26 slots for the first one. And we've got the 5060 STS series from 2000 to 2004. So I tried to, on this one, go fairly basic. So showing an older model, and then the 2004 with a few more kind of bells and whistles on it. The lighting very square on the earlier version, more kind of oval and rounded on the later version. No cover filter section on there, that side, but that side you've got a more kind of ergonomic. Is it ergonomic? Yeah, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's more streamlined setup. Obviously tracks on this one. You can have them on both, but you know, however you want to go about it. But yeah, really nicely detailed mod. So, under harvesters, slot count will come down to 2 for any subsequent one you then purchase. So we've got the option of no tank extension, that sits you at 8,853 litres. Brazil support, that just puts the framework, same capacity, and then a cover, same capacity. Cover doesn't open or close. I did get one with a cover just to check that. We've then got the Maurer regular, which is 11,465 litres with support and with a cover. We've then got the small grain tank, which brings us down to a 9,300 litre. Maurer XL, 13,580. The Carreri Big Top, 14,155. The grain bin extension, 11,465. Then we've got the Dix Welding, and that's 19,121 litres. So if you want to go for the big boy, it adds 24 grand on, but it does give you a lot more capacity. So those are the options on the top. Wheel brand, we've got Michelin and we've got Mitas. Now under Mitas, we've got floaters. We've got two-wheel drive. Hang on. We've got two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Those are the two options on floaters on Mitas. And then we go to Michelin. We've got singles. Oh, hang on. Singles, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. I'm not going to read them all out, but these are all the different options. We'll scroll through. There we go, and back again. So we go kind of all the way through the various different tracks. Now, interestingly, when we go from tracks, we start off at the wider tyres. So we start off at 900s, and then it gradually works its way down 650s, 620s, 520s, and then the tracks, rather than building up in tyre size. Then we got on the back, no tailboard, regular vane tailboard, or the advanced powercast tailboard. Exhaust 1 up the top there, standard exhaust with a flappy bit on the top. Exhaust 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back to 1 again. Model year, so this is where things change a little bit. So we've got basic, 2000. Filter cover, this is what I was saying about the filter cover. So that's basic. Then you've got the filter cover, first version. Filter cover, second version, a little bit more streamlined. Then we go on to the basic 2004. Now this is where, let's just check the back there. The lights change. Oh, it's the basic, hang on. That's weird. Basic 2004, 2004 first cover version, filter cover second version. Oh, then facelift, there we go, sorry. I'm thinking, hang on, I'm sure it was. So that's the various different filter covers. Then we go on to the facelift. So the 2004 facelift is what changes the lights on there as well. So we go for the facelift option. Then Green Star GPS. We've got no old Green Star on the top. We've got attachment for the new Green Star inside the cab. And then the new Green Star on the top, which puts the screen in as well. We've then got CB radio, yes or no. Don't have to have it in there, but CB radio in the cab. Numbers 1 through to 6 are your options on your numbers. Auger pipes, short old pipe, short pipe, standard pipe. And then engines set up. Now we've got quite a few here. So 241 horsepower, 323, 341. So that's on the 50s. So it's the 5060 STS. So those on the 50s. Then we move on to the 60s. So 9560, 265 horsepower, 304, 338, 339, 366, 405, 437 with the bullet rotor. A few of them have had the bullet rotor. So the highest you can go up to is the 9860 STS bullet rotor, 437 horsepower. Then we've got a license plate option on there as well. I think that was all of them. So, unfold the harvester. Like I say, there's no option to open cover, but disable straw swath. Moves that on the back. Pipe open and closed. We do have the door opens. Just wait for it to stop, because I love the sounds that STv-Modding put on these. So open it, light comes on, close. That proper click, you know, the door's closing. You know it is. Interior, nice and tidy, nice and detailed. CB radio to the right, because I went for the Green Star. You've got the Green Star screen on there. So watch the light panel. Very cool. And then the newer version with the big top straw swath on this one, because I went with a slightly different back on it. There's no other panels or anything open on this side there. No. Pipe in and out. There's a light on the pipe as well. There you go. So for that dusk or nighttime working. It's a very nice mod. I like it. I like it a lot. Again, the attention to detail. I know the temptation is, oh no, another John Deere harvester. But it's not. That's the thing. It's a very specific model, it's a very specific design, and it's got so many different options and all the detailing and all the stuff that goes into the animations, and the door opening and closing, the lights coming on, and you know everything changed on the back when you enable or disable straw swath, and the pipes and the, you know. I don't know why today I'm very kind of conscious of the fact that it's very easy to take things for granted and assume, you know, and do the whole, oh okay, we've had these before, but that's not the case. Anyway, that's it for the mods for Monday, the 8th of August. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.